my little pot. Dills, my little pot. What's it? Huh? Gotcha. Spoon out, dirty spoon out, no good. Good morning. A few people tuning in already. Morning Ian, morning Keith, morning Mike. How are we all doing, guys? I hope you're ready for this fierce fancy apple tart. Fierce fancy, lads. This fierce. Still shut up with that, will you? Now. I'll try and find my thing on this. Volume. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Meredith. Why is that next to a bad reception? Morning, Sinead. Anna, how are you, Anna? Sandra, morning, Paul, Sean, and Dills. Great excitement in Cork. There's great excitement here too, Sandra, because we've never actually made this before. Hi, Karina. Hi from London. Love apple tart from Erin and Killian. Is that Deborah? Is that Erin and Killian that just posted up on Instagram? I shared that onto my story there on Instagram. Picking up a load of followers on Instagram actually at the moment. It's cool. Good morning. Only out the road. Well, Marie, how are you? Hi, John. Maeve. A lot of people tuning in, guys. Hi, Lisa. I nearly feel as if I know you all now off by heart at this stage, guys. Hi, Helen. Sharon. How you doing? Oh, the glass. What have we done there now, Dills? Why is that after happening? Oh, we're back. And Anne. Hey, Darren. Morning, Norma. And good morning, Margaret. Can't wait for this fierce fancy apple tart. Yeah, I told you, Dills, we shouldn't have called it fierce fancy. The expectations are really, really high. So good morning, guys. There's a lot of people tuning in there now. There's more coming in all the time. Audrey, how are you? Kerry Treyvaud, how are you? Kerry from Australia. Avine, oh, hi Paul. This is an early one. Well, you see, the method to my madness is that I get you all out of bed. Because otherwise we'd be sitting there all day. Morning, Paul and Dills. Hi, Ingrid and Sean from Westport. Hi from, what's that, Rattled? Nina, come out, wherever you are. Morning, guys. Morning, Julie. Okay, right. I'm going to tell you now, lads, I'm in a world of pain. My shoulder is absolutely killing me. I don't know what the hell I've done. And it's killing me. Fierce, fancy apple tart. Right? I have no idea. We've never actually made this apple tart before. I've made a Plum version on Treyvaud's Kitchen on Virgin Media 1. Incidentally, there will be an announcement about that very, very shortly. But we're going to have a bit of crack. The whole concept, as always, Dills, is what? Is to get people cooking. This is really, really simple. That's why kids, you're going to absolutely love this one. Because you get to give out to mom and dad if they don't do it right. Because it has to be fierce fancy. So the next time you're in a restaurant and the waiter comes over and he says, did you enjoy your meal? Would you like to see the dessert menu? You say, oh sure, tell us what's on it. And he'll go, well, there's a chocolate cake or there's apple tart. Kids, you turn around and say, sorry, can I stop you there? Is it a fierce fancy apple tart? And if he goes, well, it's just like that. No, I'll have the chocolate cake, so. It has to be fierce fancy from now on in. This is kind of cooking and baking, all right? So there's a little bit of measuring, but not a huge amount. We're going to use our head. So the first thing we are going to do, oh, by the way, must say a massive happy birthday. Now this is frightening because no wonder my shoulder is sore, Dills. I'm getting old. And if you want to know how it feels like getting old, I have known this young lady since she was probably 5 or 6. And today, she has turned the fine age of 21. 21. Laura Courtney, good morning. And a massive happy birthday to you from us all. We're very good friends with the Courtney family. We see them all the time in the Clarny and in the restaurant and all. So it's a massive happy birthday, Laura. I know you're going to have a brilliant time, but hey, look, we'll do the real 21st birthday party celebrations when all the madness is over. We can go out to the pub. I was just saying, Dills, in about 3 or 4 weeks' time, hopefully, maybe 3 months' time, God only knows, when the pubs reopen, you're going to have every fella on Twitter and Instagram doing pictures of my pint. Oh, well, I've missed you. That's going to be all over the internet, Dills, as soon as we reopen. And actually, the way things are going, you might be doing it too. Okay, let's get cracking, Dills. What are we making?
Pear's fancy apple tart.
Sorry, did I wake you up?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are making a frangipan, and you'll all laugh because you know the ad when you see him on Siri or whatever. He goes, "What's frangipan?" Well, I'm about to tell you what frangipan is. Frangipan, very fancy name for a kind of like an almond kind of. I had to laugh yesterday when I put up the recipe. Can we do this without almonds? Because my hubby doesn't like almonds. No. Well, I suppose you could actually. You could do it with coconut. But he probably doesn't like coconut either. So it's very simple. It's equal measures of ground almonds, caster sugar, butter, and then eggs put into it. So there's no, people say, what's the recipe? If you just use 100 grams of ground almonds, how many grams of sugar?
100 grams.
How many grams of butter?
100 grams.
How many grams of eggs? We don't know. So we work the eggs in as we go. So if you have 300 grams of ground almonds, then it's 300 grams of sugar and 300 grams of butter, okay? So you understand how it works. So that's why a little bit of measuring, but it's not really that scientific. It's the same quantity. So what I have, and I'm going to make a big batch of it. I went in, lads, I couldn't find my sheet of puff pastry. That's just the normal short crust pastry because everybody in Kenmare is apparently making this today. So I got a couple of different things of ground almonds. It's about 365 grams to be precise. So 350 is fine. Okay, so that's what we're going to start off with. So here's where we start off. Guys, get your butter. It needs to be kind of room temperature, okay? If it's not, maybe 10 seconds in the microwave before we start this. Otherwise, it's a pain in the ass. Now, if you want to put all this into your mixing machine, do. We don't have a machine. Well,
said, do you need an oven?
Yeah, you can turn the oven on in 5 minutes because it's going to take us about 15 minutes by the time we get to put it in. So yeah, oven, 180 degrees. You can turn that on in the next 5-10 minutes. So we're going to put in 350 grams-ish. That's 450. So give or take 3/4. So don't get too bogged. Sorry guys, you can't see that. I'm just opening up the butter. Remember, Shawnee, what you see in the screen is what they see at home. Now, Kerrygold butter, lads, one of the finest on the planet. I love it. Okay, so we're saying around 3/4. Half, a quarter, give or take. Boom, 3/4. What are you laughing at?
Great measurements.
Will I go through that again? It's very simple. So it's 450 grams, give or take. So almost 3/4 is 350. So a half, a quarter, that's the other quarter, to make sure we're right. So 3/4. No? Well,
it's one way of doing it.
It is one way of doing it. Life's too short to worry about these things. Butter into your bowl. Butter. Move your hole over there. Move. See that butter and hole and bowl does? You get it? Right. Wooden spoon. Just kind of squish it down. You can actually squish that down there to soften it up, guys. And I said, if it's too hard, 10 seconds in the microwave. You don't want to make it. You don't want to melt it. Just soften it. So I'm going to put in about 350 grams of sugar, give or take. We're not going to get too pushed, and the reason why I don't get too worked up about these things is because this weighing scales is as old as me. I don't even know if it's accurate. So we're putting in 300 and about 350 grams of sugar. Now this is much easier if you bang it all in the machine. What I'm going to do in all the cooking shows I do, I don't use any of this kind of equipment because so many people don't have it. I want to show you, it's easy to do it without this equipment. How's that butter looking? Is it good?
Yeah.
Give me a look. We might need to give that a quick blast ourselves. Oh no, it's okay. Okay, so put the butter into your bowl, mixy like this. And now we are going to, do you know what? I'm going to put that in for 10 seconds myself in the microwave, just to make it a little bit soft. So don't melt it. If you're finding it hard to squash that down, do the exact same. Maybe 8 seconds. We'll try 8 seconds.
Maureen said, good morning from London. Love watching your videos.
Thanks, Maureen. I forgot to look back to see if that was the guys from Instagram.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, welcome to the party, Sean. Thanks a million for letting us know. Cool. They put up a cool post on Instagram saying that they're watching. I appreciate that, guys. So you just want to get it a little bit softer. It might even need another few seconds. I know, that's pretty much good. Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect, right? So this is what's known as creaming the butter and sugar together, okay? So that's our butter. And in goes our sugar. Dills. Get rid of the weighing scales. So kids, you do this. Take a few minutes. Just mixy it all in. I know you're tempted to bang your hands in there. Don't. We'll just mix it in like so. And as I said, if you have a Kenwood mixer, you can just put it straight into that, or whatever mixer, whatever brand it is. But I want you to try and do it in the bowl, just to see how all these things were all invented before we had our machines. So Dills, see what I'm doing there? I want you to do a little bit of that while I explain to the good people at home what's coming up next, okay? So just mixy. So I said we're gonna do Fierce Fancy Apple Tart. While that's in the oven, I'm also going to show you how to make a pear tart, and I'm also going to show you how to make the plum tart as well. Just to give you a couple of different ideas, and while we're waiting on, or what do we call it, on the apple tart to come out of the oven. So if you want to get advanced now, kids, if you want, we're going to just peel all the apples, okay? And maybe cut them in half and cut them in quarter and remove out the core in the middle. And then put them into a little bit of water with a little bit of lemon juice. That'll stop them from going brown. So if you want to get ahead of that, guys, you can start doing this. How are we getting on, buddy? Grand.
Key test is it caster sugar?
Caster sugar. If you don't have caster sugar, does granulated sugar work? Yes. If you don't have that, does icing sugar work? Yes. So there's no big deal on it, but the caster sugar is probably the best one to use. How are we getting on?
Good.
Good man. Okay, so we're going to hopefully be finished this by today. So I might take over for a sec. Lovely, look at that. I knew you'd go over. So keep buttering it all in. So in the machine, you'll be mixing this up on a high blast for 3 or 4 minutes. You want to get it all in. So just take the time, guys. 2 minutes there, it's fine. Just take the time to mix it all in. As I said, in the machine, obviously this is done a lot quicker and a lot easier, but I don't want you thinking, I can't make that because I don't have a machine. Neither do we. So I suppose ideally my butter could have been maybe another 10 seconds in the microwave, but we're getting there, Dills, aren't we?
Yep.
Deborah says she put the almond in also with the sugar. Is that okay?
Well, Deborah, if you want to just, do your own thing, that's fine. Well, I put it this way, you can't take it out yet. It's going to be a little bit harder to mix it, but the reason why it's called cooking with the Treyvauds, Deborah, is because, I kind of show you what to do. I'm only kidding, Deborah. It'll fine. It's going to be a little bit harder for you to kind of mix it and cream it all out, but it's fine. Don't worry. Do you know what you do maybe? If it is very, very hard to mix, throw it in for about another kind of 10 seconds into the microwave. It might make it just that little bit easier to kind of mixy. Now, lovely jubbly. So keep going, guys.
Sharon says video keeps blurring.
Is that for everybody or is it just us? Am I on Wi-Fi?
Nobody else said it.
Huh?
Nobody else said it.
Okay, how are we looking at it? Because it's blurring on ours there as well. Am I on Wi-Fi? Can I turn that off now? This is a big thing. If this goes horribly wrong, come back on, guys. Okay, hang on a sec now. Will that go off if I do this?
No, wait. Just try.
Can you do Wi-Fi on that? Is that Wi-Fi on or off? Oh.
Connection available.
Okay, so we want the Wi-Fi off. Hang on.
It is off.
It was off?
It was off.
Okay. Everybody still there?
I think so.
Are we still working?
Maxine said it's blurry as well.
Hang on now, turn off the Wi-Fi so we'll be back on 3G. There you go, that's working for us now. Yeah, it's blurry, it's very blurry. Okay, hang on a sec.
Thanks for telling us.
Huh?
Yeah, that was great.
It's grand now, guys. I think it's come better on ours. We were on Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi in Kenmare is pretty shite at the best of times.
Margaret said how much butter?
The same amount of sugar. So whatever you want. So I've got 350 grams, give or take, of almonds. That's why I'm doing about 350 grams of butter and 350 grams of sugar. If you have 100 grams of almonds, then it's 100 grams. So basically, the same quantity of everything.
Yeah, it's all better.
It's better now.
Better now? Excellent. Sorry about that, guys.
It's gone again.
No?
Oh, it's back.
Okay, so keep going. Look at that, Dills. If you see any bits jumping out, back into the bowl. It's counted. Keep going. It's a good workout for you this morning, guys. That's why kids get mums and dads to do this at least once a week so they get their weekly workouts. So in we go, in we go, in we go, in we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Keep mixy, mixy, mixy. Now. Beautiful. Okay. So that's the kind of what we're looking for. All the butter and sugar cream together. You can get right into the bowl. Shani, lift it up high so they can see straight into it. Fantastic. Now, like I said yesterday, guys, ground almonds are expensive, okay? They're not cheap. So if you want to do a cheats version of this, you know the way you walk into some kind of supermarkets and you'll see a Bakewell tart or an apple and almond tart for £2, and then you walk into a kind of a classy deli and it's a tenner and you're kind of going, geez, like it's a rip-off in the deli. It's not. What the guys are doing to make it cheap is they're pretty much replacing half the almonds, if not all the almonds, with just flour. And then adding in almond essence or almond extract, so it tastes like almond, but it's not the almonds in it. That's why it's much more expensive. So if you want to do a cheaper version of this, you just change half the almonds for flour and throw in a little teaspoon of almond essence. And that makes it the same, well, give or take the same taste for half the price. Now, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so if we've got to this stage, hopefully everyone is at this stage, we're going to crack in 1 egg. Now, who was it that earlier on said they've got the almonds in already? This is why you should wait. Okay, so we're just going to crack in 1 egg. Now this looks as if it's going to separate. It looks as if it's an absolute mess. It's not. Just work with it, okay? So go in slowly. Like so. And you will see there is a method to my madness as to why we're making as much. Let me know how much ground almonds you guys are making, guys. How much frangipan. So you see the way it looks like it's split. And you go, oh, this is going to be a mess. Just keep working with it. Keep working with it, don't panic. And do 1 egg at a time, guys. Okay?
Esther said, please say hi to Rebecca Jones. She loves your show.
Please say hi to?
Rebecca Jones.
Rebecca Jones. Hi, Rebecca Jones. How are you? I hope you're making this as well, Rebecca. So mixy, mixy, mixy. So we're going to put in 1 egg at a time. And wait till it's all combined before you add in the next one. So you see the way it all loosens up, loosens up, loosens up. And we're back like that. Now, I must give my hand a quick wash there because I have a bit of butter on it. That's code for I'm knackered and I need a breather. So, quick wash of the hands.
Sandra said, is it 4 eggs for 8 ounces?
Now, here's the thing with the eggs, right? So you have to be careful with the eggs because there's different sizes and eggs are all that way. The yolk will be slightly bigger in some or whatever. So it's all about the consistency. What you say, 8 ounces? Yeah, it's not a million miles off 4 eggs, but we'll check it after 3, okay? Because what we're going to do is we're going to put in 3, and then we're going to add in the almonds, and then we can add in an extra egg if need be, okay? So it's just a matter, again, this is so, see the way it's all combined back together now, guys, right? That's what you wait for until we add in the next egg. And it's the same thing along. How are we getting on there, Shawnee? Everybody coming in with comments, or everybody keeping up?
Claire says, if using a Kenwood, would I just get to the consistency you have by manual means?
Yeah, exactly. So the exact same thing, but you'll get there a lot quicker, obviously, with the machine. So here we go. Look, it looks like it's all split again. Look, you go, oh my God, this looks like a mess. It hasn't. Don't worry. Just keep mixing. And I'm doing this with a wooden spoon in a bowl, guys. So just shows you, like ice cream, all these things were invented before the machines were invented. I sound like Terminator. The rise of the machines. Okay, so just keep mixing. It looks as if it's a mess. Oh my God, I've ruined it. What have I done? The guy on telly made it much better. It's not. Just keep working with it. Working with it. And you see, all of a sudden, it starts to come back again. So, do you want to try the next egg, Dills? Huh? I think so. So look, wait till it's all back again. And we're going to add in the next egg. So kids, you try this egg in if you're not trying it already. So just crack it in. So the answer to the question about how many eggs is just, you just got to watch it. Watch the consistency. That's what you're looking for.
John McSweeney says, just 100 grams almonds, 1 egg, or do I need more?
Again, see how it is after the 1 egg, John. So try the 100 grams of almonds. your 100 grams of sugar, add in 1 egg, wait till I finish with all these eggs and you'll know the consistency. You might need another half an egg if it's not like that. And then when we add in the almonds, you might need to add in another egg at the end of it, but it's easily done. Keep working, just keep working it, buddy. It's tiring, isn't it? Now you know why they invented machines. I'm sore watching him, I tell you. Morning, Margaret. No wonder your shoulder is sore. You're right, but do you know what? This is like real old school baking. Like your granny used to make this kind of stuff, and then you come home and you say, God, she just made an apple tart or an almond tart, and she obviously did no work. And now you know the work that grannies and grandparents put into, and mums and dads put into it. But again, kids, and this is very important, what I'm trying to teach you guys is the fun, how easy it is to cook. If you go wrong, don't worry about it. The next time it'll be better. The next time after that it'll be better. Okay, so that's what this is all about. How you getting on? Really work it, okay? So moms and dads, you might need to take over from this. Hang on one sec. So you see the way it looks like scrambled egg there. So you gotta work it really, really fast. See? Look at this. Trust me, all this work will be worth it. So you see the way we kind of have it back in there again? Now, before somebody asks, I will let you know, how long does this last? This lasts for as long as the egg is fresh. So if you've got a good date, I think our eggs are until about the 5th of May. So you get about 2 weeks out of this, but I guarantee you this will not be around for 2 weeks. Now we're nearly there. Don't worry, don't panic. We are nearly there. So again, mixy, mixy, mixy. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we go with 1 more egg. Now it depends on how much you guys have. You might be already made and done. Try that over there. Because you only put in half the amount of almonds that I have or whatever. So, but I'm making a big batch because we're going to make these for maybe granny and granddad. Maybe one for the neighbours. That kind of stuff. So that's why I'm making a big batch of it. And say nothing. If you're passing and you can leave it at their front door and then send them a little text, go, nice little surprise for you outside. How cool would that be? So look at this, mixy, mixy, mixy. Mixy, if you want, take a whisk to it, but keep mixing, you'll get there in the end. We're nearly there. Has anybody got theirs made already to this stage? Because we're about to add in the ground almonds now.
Leon said, what about a hand mixer?
Yeah, absolutely, a hand mixer. Yeah, 100%. Anything at all. Like, I always say, guys, just use your noggin. We're far smarter than what we give ourselves credit for. Do you know, somebody like said, you know, I can't do this, like I can't, it's gluten-free. Well, then just use a gluten-free pastry that's out there. You know, use it's only guidelines. That's why I say don't get caught up about measurements, don't get caught up about recipes. Improvise. Cooking's all about improvising. Now, so that's my butter, sugar and eggs mixed in. Might need another egg in a sec. I'm gonna start adding in my almonds. My scissors.
Maxine says, can you freeze it if you don't feel like sharing?
Can you freeze it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it freezes really well actually. And then take it out, defrost, and maybe 10 seconds in the microwave just to make it kind of spreadable. So I'm putting in 1. So again, don't worry about how much I'm putting in. It's the same measurements, butter, sugar, and almonds. And then you just work with the eggs till you get to your consistency. So that's the recipe. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Ian said it's too early. Is it too early for a Heineken?
It's 6 o'clock somewhere, Ian. It is 6 o'clock somewhere. That's the way I look at it. Now, so I'm putting in, I might need another egg once all this is done. But we shall see. Dill's chuck all that. Now, as I said, I'm making quite a few because we're gonna give them as presents to people. So then just fold it in nice and gentle. If you're using a machine at this stage, guys, don't put it on a high speed to start off. Just nice and low, otherwise you'll have ground almonds going everywhere. And as I said, these things are way too expensive to have shooting all over the floor. That's why I'm doing this part and not Dill's. Because if Dill's was doing this, I think we know what would be happening, would we?
Olivia said, how many eggs do you have in there now?
That's 4 eggs I have in, and it looks like my consistency is absolutely perfect. I'm not surprised, Dills, to be honest with you. Do you know? Now, look at this. So this is the consistency you're looking for, lads, right? It's not a dropping consistency. How would you describe that, Dills? That's like if you put overnight porridge. You know, if you kind of make porridge with the milk the night before and you come down the following morning and it's just kind of soaked up into it. Now, look at that. Kids, you know what's coming up now, don't you? Because we couldn't have done all this unless... What do you think is coming up, Dills? What do we get to do now?
Use our hands.
Let's have a little taste.
Oh, yes.
Now, you could just eat a bowl of that on its own. Pretty tasty, isn't it? Lovely. I'm really happy with that. I'm going to clean up. I'll give everybody a chance to catch up. So we should have... You can turn on your ovens now, guys. To 180. Okay. And we should now just put our frangipane. So now, what have you learned today, guys? You've learned how to make frangipane. And if you learn nothing else, isn't that brilliant? If you have used half flour, look at the consistency. Get right close into that, Shiny, so everybody can see. Okay, look at that. That's your consistency you're looking for, lads. If you have used half flour and a bit of vanilla essence, well, don't taste it. Don't ever eat raw flour. It makes you sick. Okay, it's the same when you're making the sponge and all that kind of stuff. Don't be. I know you. Oh, it tastes lovely. It doesn't. Don't. Raw flour is gank. Now, okay. What's that?
Jimmy said, "Are you wearing hair?"
But Jimmy has an ongoing slag with Tills about his wonderful hair that Sean did for him. Now, if you were making this well in advance, guys, kind of put it into the fridge and take it out maybe half an hour before you use it or an hour before you use it so that it's spreadable. Okay, but we leave it out on the counter because we're good. Now we're going to move on to our apples. What apples do I use? Any apples. Why can't you use cooking apples? You can, but it's better to use eating apples. Can I use Katie's? Can I use this? Can I use that? Yes, yes, yes is the answer to all of them. But Granny Smith, I wouldn't because they're quite bitter. And also, a cooking apple kind of turns a bit more mushier. This apple, the eating apple, will kind of hold its shape. Hence why it's fierce fancy. Okay, so we're going to peel all these. And we shall take it from there. Dills, you have the huge job, please, of half filling that with cold water. Okay, so get yourselves a tub, guys, or and bring over the compost thing as well. Get yourselves a little tub or a bowl or something simple like that. Here's what we do. We're going to top and tail our apples like so. And again, like I say to you in all the... That's those. Like I say to you lads in all the videos, it's all about presentation. Okay, so just take an extra minute of presentation. Why am I doing a thing of water like this with lemon juice? Have a guess this. Why?
So it doesn't go brown.
So it doesn't go brown. Absolutely, because apples will go brown straight away. So just top and tail. Sorry, move that so you can see. Top and tail your apples. We'll start off with 5 or 6. I don't know. We'll see how many. We might need more. We might need less. All apples are different sizes. How many apples? I know. Oh my god. Just as many as we need. If we've any left over, guess what we can do with them, Dills? Oh, there you go. Okay. So you're in charge of Monsieur Le Compost.
Olivia says, looks a bit lumpy. Is that alright?
Keep whisking it. Keep whisking. I know it's hard, but just whip, 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 whip. And it will be a little bit lumpy because of the almonds that are in it. So get a real close up on that there, Shawnee. Look. See why mine's a little bit lumpy? That's the texture, but it's only little lumps. That's just lumps of the almonds that are in it. Get a real good close up on that so people can see. If it's like, so it's not going to be 100% smooth unless you've pretty much used the blender or the mixer. And either way, it doesn't really matter, guys, to be honest. This is more the kind of, what's the word? Rustic. That's the word I'm trying to think. Rustic look. There's loads of people tuning in. Okay, so just peel your apples. Again, we could have done this in advance. You can use an apple peeler, guys, if you want. We throw this obviously all into the compost. But I could have done all this in advance, but as I said, I just want to take time so that nobody's falling behind. We've all got plenty of time to keep up. Okay, so I'm going to show you one, and then that way the kids can help you. So it's important, right? We go cut it in half, and then in quarter, right? And then in a quarter, and then we're going to take out... What are you doing? Showing the skins. Jesus Christ. So take out your little bit of a core. Okay? Take out the little bit of the core. Don't eat them. You can if you want, but I don't know. I think there's better things in life we can eat than the core of an apple. And you know you'll have an apple tree growing in your belly if you do. What are you laughing at? I used to work with you all the time. Now here, watch what we're doing here, guys. Right, Shawnee, get close up into this. So I want to cut all the apples pretty much the same size. You don't get out a ruler or any of that kind of nonsense, right? But just use your head. So I want to cut them all pretty much the same size, the same thickness, right? So like so. So I'm cutting my quarter into about 4. See that? Give or take the same size. I better throw in a little bit of my lemon juice. Okay, so I'm going to throw that in there. A little bit of lemon juice.
Margaret asks, can you put the full recipe on Facebook?
No, I tell you, Margaret, it's just, I don't, just watch back. I never really do any recipes, to be honest with you. So if you listen, I'll tell you, you'll hear exactly what we do. So watch, just pretty much the same size. It doesn't matter if 1 or 2 are too big or whatever. So we only cut that one into 3. This one we might go into 4. Depends on the size of the apple. Okay, so you all know what we're doing. Shawnee, real close up. So we're all going pretty much the same size. And this is what makes it fierce fancy. Okay, so work away at your own speed, guys. That's what we're looking to do. I said use a peeler if you want. I just use the knife quicker. Get a nicer shape on it. What's wrong with you? You have an idea. This could be dangerous. This could be dangerous. Are you joining in? No. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it's all. Will it cut? You see, but then look. Yeah, but most people won't have this at home. We'll try it. Dills, you're a freaking genius. Now. Yeah, but now everyone's gone. I don't have one of those things. Well, you can't make it. You can't make it if you don't have. Dills, holy shit! Like you actually came up with something good. I tell you what. So there you go. Didn't know they had one of those things. So keep going. Dills, I have to admit. You can't get it out. So you use your knife or whatever. If you have one of those things, Dills has just come up with an absolute genius of an idea. And here's me who says I hate gadgets and we have a bloody gadget like that. I can't use that, Dills. People are going to get highly upset. What are you waving around there, Sean? How's everybody doing, guys? How's the peeling of the apples? Have you got your oven turned on? And I hope to God you have your pastry out of the freezer in time. I have to admit though, that yolk does make it a lot quicker, doesn't it? I might actually just use it. Dills, I might just bloody use it because it saves an awful lot of time. Has anybody got one of those things? Let us know. Now, we'll start off with 6 apples. I guarantee you lads, we're only about 10 minutes away from having something in the oven, so we're not too far behind at all. Like, any comments going in there, Shawnee? Will you stop chewing over the camera? People will just hear you chewing. You know me now with your chewing. Has anybody else got a real noisy child eater? Sean is the most annoying. He's worse. If you were sitting beside a donkey chewing a cud, it will be quieter than Sean eating his dinner. It's just... Isn't it, Jills? Now, our kids maybe mum or dad is a loud eater as well. Jills, I know you've got one job to do all day, and I think you can kind of relax, seeing as you came up with a great idea. But you're trying to eat them. I might actually use this thing, lads. It's very handy.
A good few people have them.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for letting us know.
I just told you.
Yeah. In we go. So if you have them, guys, use it. If not, use the knife weight like I showed you. This actually is very, very simple. Ah. This is going to make it even fierce fancier. Because now you know everything is definitely the same size.
Actually, it could be they've loud eaters.
Huh?
It could be they're saying they've loud eaters.
I'd say they all have loud eaters, yeah. Apparently it's a sign of intelligence if you're easily annoyed with people, loud eaters. Now, so there we go. We're going to see, that's 6 apples. We'll see how we get on with that. Okay, let's get all that into the compost and get rid of the compost. Lads, you're wrecking my head there now, the two of you, with your munching. Jesus, lad, you can't get the staff anymore. Now, wipe the hands, clean down everything. Clean as we go, clean as we go. That's what we always say, guys. Keep cleaning as we go. Keep your apples there mixed up. With your little, that'll stop them from going bad. Discolor. Oh, huh?
We need this?
No, get rid of it for a sec. We'll see, we might need a few more apples. Play everything by ear. The beauty of cooking. Okay, wipe everything. Keep everything clean, guys. Everything clean, clean, clean as you go along. Trust me, it saves all the hassle afterwards. Okay, so are we all done, guys? Everyone frangipan made? Everyone apples cut? And everybody got their ovens turned on. Now, I was hoping to find this in puff pastry, right? And as my beloved wife said, I should actually get my ingredients before I tell everybody what you need, because I went to every single shop in Kenmare and nobody had this sheet in puff pastry. So this is just normal short crust pastry. So here's what I want you to do if you manage to get that. Roll it out, roll it out, roll it out, roll it out. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of a crack in it. Roll it out. Okay, and leave it on the paper. Okay? Job done. Okay? If you got the roll like I got in puff pastry, because puff pastry is nicer and better for this. I couldn't get puff pastry, I could only get short crust pastry. That's perfect for today. Use puff pastry the next time when this madness is over, and there's plenty of puff pastry again. So if you have like I have, which is one of these blocks, here's what I want you to do. A little bit of flour onto your board. Simple, simple, simple. Any comments, guys? You're going very quiet on me there now. And basically, cut it right in half. Shawnee, will you stop eating the stuff and concentrate on what you're doing now? I'll bloody replace you in a sec as well. Okay, cut it right in half. Okay? Don't be worried. Don't be getting out rulers or any of that kind of stuff. Just cut like so. Now, anything? Oh, what's in the bowl so far? See, that's what you guys are supposed to be doing. Reading out these comments. Which bowl was that now? Dara, I'm afraid you might have joined us 20 minutes too late, but there's the frangipan is what's in the bowl. So we're going to roll out. Now be careful, kids. Make sure moms and dads do this properly now, because they have an awful habit of making a mess, right? So you watch them to make sure they do this right. Tell them this is what Paul said. Okay? So nice and gentle. We want to just roll it out. Okay? Long like so. Okay? We're going to make this into a rectangle. Okay? Look at that. Okay, now turn it this way. Okay, Shawnee, get a close up on that so they can all see. Okay, now just roll it nice and gentle. I don't have a rolling pin. You never told me I needed a rolling pin. Okay, cling film. Okay, look, does the same. I don't have cling film. You never told me I needed cling film. Mother of God. Okay. A bottle of wine. Look at that. Bet you all have a bottle of wine. Okay, but I'm going back to my rolling pin. Okay, so use the brains, improvise, have a bit of fun. So roll it out, and take your time. So keep it level. Don't go all the way out on the left-hand side and then try and catch up on the right-hand side. Try and keep it as square as you can.
How many sheets do you use?
Of the pastry, this is going to make one tart. The other half will make another tart, and I actually had another half there as well where I'm going to make it. So it's basically one sheet per tart, and one of those big blocks that I had there is enough to make two. So just roll it out. Nice little bit of flour so nothing sticks, and make sure you roll all the way out. Come over the edge, right? Because that way your pastry all stays the nice same shape. Now, how do I know what size it should be? Well, we can use this one as a comparison, right? So that's pretty much, lads, you swear I've done this before, look. That's pretty much bang on the size, right? So it's about, I don't know what that is, Stills. A ruler width, maybe 12 inches by 8 inches. The size of your tray, that's what we're rolling it out to. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, you said it's going to be fierce fancy. And what am I looking for? You said it's going to be fierce fancy. And it's not square. So if you want to be really Delia Smith stuff, look at that. Beautiful. That looks like not a million miles off it. And we're going to go fierce fancy. Remember, kids, when the waiter says he's apple tart, ask him, is it fierce fancy apple tart? Because otherwise it's just not. It's not that good. What am I doing here? Another little piece like this. We're just squaring it off. You don't need to do this, guys. I'm just having a bit of a joke here. Okay, but this is if you wanted to make it look absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, okay, so everybody at that stage, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with all the little bits left. Get a piece of grease-proof paper. All that. Okay? Perfect. It fits onto it. Lovely jubbly. Lift up your pastry. Be careful. Don't go to all that hassle of rolling it out nicely and then making a mess. Put it on to your... Look at that. Oh, get yourself your tray. Big baking tray. I'm going to come back onto the board now in a sec to make another one, okay? So you now should all be at pretty much this stage. With the back of your knife, and you're not, it's just giving you an idea, right? You're just coming in maybe about an inch or so, or half an inch, because you want to keep your frangipan inside that square. Okay? So keep it, just to give you a bit of an idea. It's only a rough guideline, okay? Don't be worried too much about it. Now, Dill's palette knife over there, please. Get your frangipan. And we're going to be putting in, I don't know, about maybe a half a centimetre thick of the frangipan, right? But again, don't be overly worried about it. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. That should be loads. Now we're going to start spreading it out. I might take some of that off if I have too much. So go out to pretty much where you just went on with the knife, okay? But again, it doesn't need to be... I don't want people losing sleep about this, going, oh my God, I can't do... I was no good at art in school. Guess what? Me neither, obviously. But just squash it all out. How are we all doing, guys? Let me know if you're panicking. Take your time with it. Don't worry about it, okay? If it goes a little bit over the edges, that is perfectly fine. With your finger. Now, kids, the big job is coming up next. You got to make sure mums and dads, you need to make sure the kids do it right too. Bring it all the way out. Simple, simple, simple. Just take a second, guys. Don't rush. What else have we got to do? We're not rushing off anywhere. Oh, kids, did you hear the great news, by the way? Apparently you're all going back to school. Yeah. I'd say, actually, if I said that 2 weeks ago, there'd be, no! Now there's probably, oh, God, thank God. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Apparently we're going back to school 1 day a week. I might go back with you. Okay, how are we all looking, lads? We should have gotten pretty much something similar to this. Can I make my own puff pastry? Yes, but it is an absolute royal pain in the butt to make puff pastry. So I hereby recommend you always buy it, unless you've literally got nothing to do.
Jimmy said, Reggie said you were our wasted talent at art.
Oh yeah, Reggie, our art teacher. Jesus. Me and Art didn't really go see eye to eye now, I have to admit. Okay, wash my hands. I'll give you a second to catch up. Let me know how you're doing, guys. Are you at that stage? Dills, any other comments?
Do you use all of it?
No, I've used probably about 100 grams. Oh, where's my tea towel? About 100 grams, give or take, of my frangipan. Exactly. Thanks, buddy. Okay, now, so we're looking nice. We're on track. Okay, now, kids, here's what we do, right? So make sure you shake off the water. Okay, we don't want the water coming onto it. Okay, so we just place it like so. Now, this is what makes it fierce fancy, lads, right? So take your time. Now, as I said, if you used cooking apples, it would turn to mush. You kind of want this to have a little bit of a bite in it. Okay, so that's why we're using the eating apples. So take your time. Just concentrate on the presentation. We'll hopefully get maybe 3 rows of this. Lovely. Lovely. Okay, come pretty much to the end. Okay, how are we all doing, guys? We all keeping up?
Robert Taylor said I'm looking good.
Good man, Robert. Do you know what? I'd love to hear somebody's keeping up as opposed to, oh, can you slow down? Or, do you know what we always get? I've only just tuned in. Can you run through what you've done so far? We get that all the time. And the answer is always what, Dills?
Look back on the video.
Exactly. Figure it out yourself. Now.
Claire asked, would Brambly turn to mush?
I'd maybe cut them a little bit thicker. Yeah, I think they would go a little bit dodgy in. But again, it's experimenting, guys. That's what it's all about. Maybe whatever apple you've used is perfect. Whatever I've used is perfect for me. That's what the beauty of food. It's all about. I think we might have measured this to perfection, Dills. 6 apples, maybe even 5. It's all about your personal taste. You know the way you go into some restaurants and you go, oh my God, the sauce that's on the salmon, can I have that on the steak? And the waiter goes, oh, I'll go check with the chef. The chef says, no way. There's no way you can have that. You must have the steak sauce with the steak. It's you who's eating it. It's you who's paying the bill. So if that's what you want, go for it. Now, the chef only cooks his duck medium rare. Tell the chef to go and kiss my... Now, look at that, guys. It's not even cooked and it's looking fierce fancy. We've a few apples left over, but I'll show you what we're going to do with them in a sec. I'm going to wash my hands. Now, what am I looking for? You getting tired, Shani?
No.
Get a good close look on top of that.
Margaret said, what size is your tray, please? I need to buy one.
I have no idea what that one is. It's a standard one that fits in the oven. I have no idea what that is. It's about that long, that wide, that long. What do you reckon, Dills? How long is that? It's about, that's a rule, I'd say. So about maybe 16, 18 inches by maybe 12 inches. Not too sure. Have we a ruler, Dills? Okay, last thing, 1 egg. Get an egg and get a glass or a cup or whatever to crack it into. Okay.
Sabrina says if you put a layer of jam down before the frangipane
Oh, beautiful.
and didn't do apples, would it be like a puff pastry bakewell?
Bakewell. Beautiful. Who said that? Sabrina. You're a genius. An absolute genius. Put your favourite jam underneath that. Absolutely beautiful. Do you know what else you can do? Roll the whole thing together up like a Swiss roll and then slice it and put them down flat like that, and you'll have kind of like Danish pastries. So you can throw in a few raisins. What? This is amazing. This is the beauty of cooking. Where's my little brush? There it is. You can do raisins and chocolate chips in it and that kind of stuff. So I'm just doing a very simple egg wash along the outside. Okay.
Naomi said, I love that you are such a perfectionist.
Well, I have my days when I literally just couldn't care less as well now, I have to admit. So just the outsides of the pastry. Thank you, Dills, for that. What did I do today, Granny? Well, I held a tray for Dad. What else did I do? That's pretty much it. Now, in fairness, Dills, buddy, you did come up with that core. I'd still be peeling and slicing those apples if it wasn't for you. So a little bit, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, a little bit more. Kids love when I sing. Okay, so egg wash just on the outsides of the pastry. Your oven should be now nice and warm. Sugar, tiny little bit, okay? Just a tiny bit, just to get a little bit of colour on top of the apples. What's funny? Ooh. Huh? Go on, read it out, Shani.
No egg left.
Huh? What was it?
No egg left. Can I use milk?
Yeah, use a little bit of milk, no problems, same thing. So just a light sprinkling of sugar, guys. Just don't go mad on it, just a little light sprinkling of sugar. How are we all doing? Are you at the same stage? Let me know. We should be going into the oven now in a second. It is sweet enough. That's going into the oven now. How long does it take till it's cooked? Your oven is different than mine. 180 degrees, not a million miles off, 20-25 minutes. Okay, so in we go. Like so. Follow me over, Shani. Look at that, guys. Take one more last look at it, kids. Hopefully you've got something similar to this now. And in we go into the middle of our oven. Voila. That is one tart. Done. What am I doing now? Okay, so while that's cooking, and if you have more pastry and if you have more fruit, well, keep going. Let's make another one.
Fiona said, Sean, I think your father has lost the plot.
Who said that?
Fiona.
I think Sean knows his father never had the plot to start off. So, Dills, compost and bin, please. Let's go again, kids. Hopefully you've got a bit more fruit. So let's make a fierce fancy, what am I looking for? Other kind of tart. So, you should know what to do now, guys. Kids, tell mums and dads, he said roll it all the way out flat. And look how easy that it is when we do it this way. So if you're rolling it, you kind of lost your shape. Okay, so there we go. That looks pretty much good to me.
Is it normal sugar or caster sugar you sprinkle with? Doesn't matter.
Caster sugar again, but again, doesn't really matter. I wouldn't use icing sugar for that because it'll burn. So caster sugar would be better. Okay, so we get a little bit here, a little bit there. And again, just keep going and then make sure you roll out over the edge so it's not too thick on the edge. And you'll see, kids, you make this today, make it again next week, make it the week after, and all of a sudden you realise this actually only takes me about 20 minutes. And what have we got? We're about maybe 30, 40 minutes in and we have it in the oven already, and that's me talking a load of nonsense too. So
Maeve said, how long in the oven?
We'll check it, Maeve. We'll check it after about 20 minutes to 25 minutes. But it might take 30. All depends on pretty much how thick you cut your apples. Okay, look at this one. That one actually rolled out beautifully. I'm not even going to do any fancy dancy stuff with this one. Okay. Did I flour the bottom of that board? I did. Lovely. And did I do that side? I did. Lovely. Anybody making a second tart, lads? Let me know. Now, and I want to see pictures. All of you are eating your stuff and going, oh, I forgot to take the picture. Take the picture of it before it goes into the oven. Let me see what you're making. I want to see. Okay? Simple. This one is going to be not so fierce fancy. Because we're going to do it a little bit quicker, aren't we?
Kay said, not a bit of flour on your t-shirt.
Did I get flour on my t-shirt? Yeah, sure. I tell you, lads, if any of you are like me, I couldn't even tell you the last time I ironed anything. It's, the fashion. Do you want to know what next year's fashion, ladies, listen very carefully. Do you want to know what next year's fashion is going to be? It's going to be this year's fashion. Because nobody has had a chance to show off their goonas. So whatever you have this year, if blue is the colour this year, trust me, blue's the colour next year. Now, see what I did there? Save you all a fortune buying more clothes. So, you know the routine. Look, we have it in. What do we do this time? I think we will do pears. Okay, so I'm not going to do the little outskirts because I hope I have a fair idea. But you guys, remember, anybody making more than one tart, lads, let me know.
Mary said on our second tart.
Oh, I love it. Who said that?
Mary.
Brilliant, Mary. I love it.
Joe said we're making a pear and apple one next.
Oh, fantastic. Beautiful. And you can throw in chocolate chips. Or, as somebody said there earlier, I can't remember her name, sorry. The jam underneath, and then the frangipane on top. Absolutely beautiful. Kids, if you want to get really inventive, okay, when you roll out your pastry, get a plate on top, and then just cut around it with your knife. Where's my little knife, Dills? I don't know. Cut around the plate. Your mums and dads will help you. Oh yeah, like that. So you put the plate on top, and you just cut around the outside, and you'll have a perfect circle. And then you put your apples or your pears in a lovely circle. Actually, we might do it with that one if we've enough frangipane left. Stop talking crap, hello, and just actually show them. Okay, we might actually do that. So, I think we're going to go with a pear one for this. So again, spread it out. You guys are probably ahead of me now because you know exactly what you're doing. Take your time. Dills, are you going to do anything? Would you put your finger on the tray there, Thank you very much. Okay, spread it out. Beautiful. Shawnee, anything coming in there from people? Take your finger off the tray so I can turn it now. Now you put your finger back on that tray.
Lisa says she's nearly finished the second tart.
Fantastic. You see, you're all better than me already, lads. 4 weeks of me showing you how to cook, and the students have overtaken the master. Now, look at that. Beautiful. So you can see, guys, look. That's it. Nicely. Boxy. Tills, you're not very good at this finger on the tray thing. Like when I'm turning it, you take it off. When I stop turning it, you put it back on. Now, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I like the look of this one. This one, we're going for the fierce fancy ones in the oven. The rustic one is coming up next. Quick wash of the hands and a little bit of a board.
Steve said, when are you bringing that young lad to Enfield?
I don't know if he deserves it at all now, I have to admit.
Well, we've already been, so.
Well, that's very true. I don't know, guys. Have you done anything to warrant a trip to Anfield? I'm telling you now, and I'll probably upset a load of you, we are mad Liverpool fans. Absolute mad Liverpool fans. Now, tin of pear. We'll poke it all up. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What am I going to look for here now? A bowl to throw in my pear juice. That'll do. Keep this pear juice, guys. Have a guess, what could we make with the pear juice, Dills? What can we make with that?
A drink. Pear drink.
Yeah, smoothies. So mix that in with a banana, a few bits of porridge, like we showed you how to make the what do we call it? The smoothies there already. So here I got my little half pears. So the reason why we use tin pears is because I don't care what anyone says, it's next to impossible to get a ripe pear in this country. They're always way too hard. And they won't cook, not like the apple, they won't cook down as quick. And they're not nice.
Oh yeah. Marion said, score the edges, Paul.
Score the edges.
I think that's what the egg or something like that.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I hope you're making one too and score your edges. Jeez lads, these tins are always a nightmare to open.
Deborah says we had some spare apples. What do you do with them?
Eat them. Eat them. Bang them into an old, or else keep them in the. If you keep them in the lemon juice and water, they'll stay good for a couple of days anyway. They won't go brown. What are you laughing at, Shani? Now, look at this. If you wanted to as well, if you have a little bit of flaked almonds. What's so funny? Let us know. There's somebody cracking up here. Go on, I need to hear this one.
Paul.
Go on, definitely need to hear this one now. You want me to bring these guys to Anfield? What is it?
Anne said, Paul, just joined. What is Vanji Pen?
Oh, Vanji, is that what you're laughing at, is it? I have a funny feeling they're joking. Okay, so cut your half pears in half. So you've now got what, kids? What fraction have we got? Dills?
Quarters.
There you go, yeah. Okay. If you want, scatter a few flaked almonds over the top as well. Give a nice little bit of crunch. If you don't have flaked almonds, even a little bit of porridge oats over the top. Beautiful. So now, let's go like this with our pear. Beautiful. I think I have way too many pears, but we'll make this again. Look at that. Beautiful. How long are we in the oven there? We'll see that rising up now in a sec when I throw this one in. I have to admit, pear and almond tart, I'd take that any day over the apple tart. But I said apple because if I said we're making a pear tart, people go, I don't like pears. Although I haven't said that, I go, I don't like apples. I love somebody put down, that's the recipe, follow it. If you don't like it, don't follow it. Now, Dills, how are we looking?
Good. Dolores said you're a tonic, the lot of you.
Oh, well, do you know what? I don't know if we're a tonic or if we're slightly nuts or what's the story, but sure, hey, we shall keep going. Oh, look at this now. Look at this now. Of course, I have to be short and I have to open up another tin of pears. I'm not happy with that now. So I'm going to improvise because I'm not opening up another tin of pears.
Daniel said, go to Anfield regularly. Great atmosphere. Was due to go last game of the season to see us lift a trophy.
Well, once we get to lift a trophy, I think we're all going to be happy. I think what we're going to do, this is what I'd be doing, is play all matches that need to be played. I have a funny feeling we could be back in action before they're letting us think. There's my pear, a little bit of egg wash on the sides. Look at this. Beautiful. So again, they take, lads, watch your pastry. It's going to take at least 25 minutes, okay? But just keep an eye on your pastry to make sure that's all nice and golden brown on the sides. Okay, if you're only making one tart and you still have loads of frangipan left, or vangipan as somebody said, just keep it in the fridge and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday make another one. Now, tinned pears are quite sweet, so I'm not going to put any sugar on top of them. So that's tart number 2. Now, let's throw this one into the oven, Shawnee, and have a look at what's going on inside for our apple tart.
Mary said, what's the apricot jam for, Paul?
You shall see, all shall be revealed. Now, look at that. In we go. We can see that now. The frangipan is cooking away, so that's another 10-15 minutes away. I don't want to take it out yet. In we go. Beautiful. Now, shall we go number 3, shall we? Okay, kids, watch this. Here is another little bit of the puff pastry. I'm going to throw, actually, Dills. Do you know what we're going to do? I'll give that a wipe first. And you're going to get the plums ready for me. this side. So I'm doing plums. If anybody has plums, grab a teaspoon there, Dills. Okay, so look, kids, this will make you laugh. A plum is like a bum. Okay, so just put your knife down the bum crack of the plum. Okay, and then twist it. But it is look like a bum crack, isn't it? Okay, so look what happens. You get one with no stone and one with a stone. Okay, so if they're ripe, it'll come out straight away. If not, just put a little spoon in and pull it out. Okay, so we do that one more time. Watch. Kids, say it to mom and dad. You're allowed to say it. A plum is like a
Bum.
It's like a bum. So put the knife down the bum crack. And you twist it. Be careful if you're using a sharp knife. Okay. Turn it. Lovely. This one isn't as ripe. I can tell the way it was slow to come apart. There we go. And then we put a little spoon in, right? Just dig it in underneath it. Twist. And voila. We've taken out the plum stone. Do you think you can manage that? A plum is like a... Okay, so once you've cut your plum in half, cut it in quarter. That's what we're looking for. Little quarters. So do about another 4 or 5 plums. Actually, here, let me throw you over there so you're not in my way. How are we all doing, guys? How's everybody getting on? Let me know. Now, so who asked me about the apricot jam? I'm going to show you what to do with the apricot jam. Get a small pot. I have a spoon over there. A small pot. And take about 2 tablespoons out. I knew that was going to happen. I bloody washed my hands and now they're all wet. Now. Come on! Jesus! Gotcha. See, praying does work. Now, put in about 2 tablespoons of apricot. I don't have apricot jam, I have marmalade. Brilliant. I don't have anything. No problems, you weren't paying attention. Doesn't matter. So 2 tablespoons of apricot jam. Don't worry about it, just use it next time, okay? If you don't have it this time, and you're putting in literally, actually no, we can put in a little bit of the pear juice, see? Improvising. Or else just a little bit of water. So we're putting in about a tablespoon, not even. Like so. Okay? Are you chewing again, are you? What are you eating? A plum. And put it on very low. I've got it on number 1. So we just want to basically soften it and melt it. Okay? So, kids, here's my little bit of puff pastry. So watch what I'm doing, right? In my hands like so, I'm kind of just rounding it. Push it down, rounding. How you getting on? You haven't cut your hand yet?
Meg has 2 tarts in the oven.
Excellent. I'm telling you guys, once you see, you're going to say, I cannot believe it's that simple to make this. And what an amazing present if you're calling around to granny or granddad, lads, or somebody, even the neighbours or your friends or anybody. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so look, I'm kind of making it round. See the way I've done that? It's gone from rectangle to round. Now, need a bit more flour there, Dills. Mind that knife now, be careful. Little bit of flour, like so. Look at that, so it doesn't stick. So a little bit, try and keep it as round as you can, kids, if you're making it round. Lovely. Beautiful. And keep rolling it out, get it as round as you can. Again, this is just another idea while we're waiting on our first one to cook. And I hope you got yourselves your favourite ice cream or whipped cream or something to go on with it. Look at that, beautiful. Keep going in. Any comments there, Shani? Because Dills is doing that.
Susan has 2 tarts in.
Brilliant.
Ian has 2 tarts in. Geraldine has 2 tarts in.
Fantastic, guys. You see? And yesterday you were going, oh my God, I could never do anything like this. And look how bloody simple it is. Okay, more. What do I call it? Greaseproof paper. Thanks, Dills. You're in charge of all the comments, Ronnie. Now, is my tray too big or too small? That is the question. To be or not to be? That's a little bit too big. Have I another tray? I could cut in and out certain shape, but I think I have. I do.
Susan says it's our turn to host the St. Stephen's Day dinner for the family this year. I'll be making the pear tart.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, I hope to God we have all gotten back to normal by Stephen's Day this year. We do Christmas Eve here in my house. And we bring all the friends, all the families, big sing-along and all that kind of stuff, and it's absolutely brilliant. Probably the best day of Christmas. So yeah, I hope to God we're all back to normal. Look at that, my tray's not perfect, but it'll do perfectly. Okay? Now actually, do you know what, kids? Nice. No, actually, that's what I'm saying. Put your plate around that now, and if you want to make it real fierce fancy, put the circle around on that, okay? Now, frangipane, because I have enough left. Just about. Dills, we're going to struggle. We are going to struggle a bit with this one, Dills.
Is that enough plums?
Yeah, there should be loads. Now, get out all this stuff. See the top of the can there, get that and throw that into the bin. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. I have enough frangipane.
Where is it?
There. Enough frangipane. Check your ovens, guys. See how your apple tart is doing. Have a look in. It should be, what are we in there now? We're in there maybe 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes. About another 10 minutes we should be there. Look at that. Beautiful. Quick wash of the old. Huh? You want to lick the bowl, okay?
Somebody's
Now, anybody who watched Treyvaud's Kitchen on Virgin Media will have seen us. I made this one, the plum one. The exact same way as the apple. I'm going to have a quick little look in my oven there. See how we're looking? Oh yeah, it's all browning up now nicely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Perfect. Don't want to be opening up the oven too many times. Now, I should have done the jam. You know that actually, the jam one and the jam. That sounded fantastic. So let's just spready it all the way out. And again, I'm just doing plum, pear, apple, just to give you all an idea. Use your favourite fruit. I obviously wouldn't use something like kiwi now, or pineapple would be alright, but I wouldn't use kiwi, or I wouldn't use melon. I would, maybe raspberries underneath the pears or something like that would be nice. But experiment. That's the joys of cooking, guys. Experiment. How's everyone's looking, lads? Don't be worried now, because you see what happens is that the butter kind of melts and you think, oh my god, it's all collapsing over the sides and everything. Like, that's normal. It does set up after. Now, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Waste nothing, Dells. Hang it on. Bring that over to the sink when you're done. It's lovely. I have to admit, you could spread that on a piece of toast and I would be very happy. Now, let's go with plum. Let me see those plums. Tilda, I have a funny feeling we're going to need more plums. Is that your breakfast, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely. This is kind of like a plum pizza. I said, you know what would be nice with the pears would be a little bit of chocolate chips. Actually, you know what I might do is I might do a little bit of plum and apple. Ooh. Use up my last bits of apple. Who asked me earlier on what can you do with the last bits of apple? Here you go. I'm going to show you exactly what we can do. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You getting a close-up on that, Shani? You see, guys, how easy all these things are to do. You didn't think it was this easy. Now you know. And it's not me. I keep saying every time. Everyone says to me, oh my God, it's amazing. You make it look so easy. It's not me. It's everyone else makes it look so damn bloody complicated. This is simple stuff. Dills?
Yep.
What does a plum look like?
A bubble.
Yeah. I do think 3 more plums would be lovely. I hate wasting anything. Dills, put away the bag of flour. We're done with that too. Put away the sugar. Put away the apricot. Clean as you go along, guys. Clean as you go along. It saves you a world of mess. Where's my little teaspoon?
Susan said she got clotted cream from Marks and Spencer's to go on them.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Susan, I have a funny feeling you're a dab hand at this old cooking lark. I think you're not telling us just how good you are. That sounds fantastic. Now, kids, I hope you're having fun with this. What would you put into yours, Dills? Your favorite? Let me know, kids. What would your favorite one be? Give me an out comment there. What would yours favorite be, Dills? put Nutella on everything. Put Nutella on your steak.
Nutella and what? Strawberries.
Ooh, Nutella and strawberries. Nutella and frangipan. The frangipan's gorgeous, isn't it? What do you think of the frangipan mix, guys? I hope you liked it.
Mary said, Sean, you're missing out on all the tasting.
Oh, trust me. He doesn't miss out on much. Look at this. Look at this. I swear I did this before, Dills. Look at this. Beautiful.
I had spare mixture but no pastry. Can I keep it in the fridge to make another one during the week?
Perfect. It'll keep at least a week. It'll keep for as long as... Will I put a little bit of apple there in the middle or not? No, I won't. I'm going to go all plum. It'll keep as long as your eggs are fresh. So if your eggs has got at least a week shelf life in it, it'll keep for at least a week. So yeah, perfect. And that's, like I said, at worst case scenario, you can freeze it. If you say, oh, do you know what, I'll probably wait maybe 3 weeks before I make that. Well, just freeze it. Now, 1, 2. I have to admit, lads, this looks... What do you think of that one, lads? I think that looks quite artistically. I wish I had a bigger tray now, because it's not going to be 100%. And you know me now, I like my 100%. Okay, bit of egg wash. Now, and as I said, lads, when you make this at home and we're not talking and you have everything all done, you have this done in start to finish 30 minutes max, especially if you have a machine to mix it up. I mean, it takes 2 minutes to make the frangipan. Just bang everything into the same bowl and just mixy. Now,
Sandra said, I'm in USA late. Will you post recipe?
yeah, I'll save the video and then just go back and cook along live. Look, there's our plum into the oven. Now, oh yeah, that's coming along nicely. That is coming along nicely. Look at this bad boy. You gotta be careful now. I want to turn it around a bit. Back in we goesies. What are we doing? We're gonna clean up. Okay, clean up, because we're a few minutes away from that. It's been another 5-6 minutes. What's that? Dills, move your ass, start cleaning up. Jesus, there's no such thing as a free apple tart, Dills.
What are you going to do with the apple pastry?
What am I going to do with that?
Daniel says, I missed what to do with the jam in the pot, lads.
Yeah, so it's just basically about 2 tablespoons of apricot jam. See that short crust pastry, lads? If you're making a pie, if you're making a bit of bolognese or chicken and mushroom pie, chuck that on top of your dish. Lovely. You've just made yourself a pie. That's exactly what we do during the week. That's fine for 4 or 5 days. I didn't need it in the end. At least 4 or 5 days in the fridge. Yeah, so a little bit of apricot jam, a little bit of the water. Actually, come over, show me what you show.
What are you going to do with this?
Okay, so we're just literally, this is going to be our glaze. You'll see at the end when we put it on top of the tart, all of a sudden it just makes it really shiny.
What are you going to do with the rest of that?
Again, chuck that in.
Marion says, I have a jar of ginger preserve, thinking of brushing it on a pear tart, good or not?
I don't know actually. I never would have tried that. Let me know if you try it. Let me know how it works. Clean up everything as we go along, guys. I mean, so yeah, pear and ginger works. Yeah, I'd use only a little bit of it. I wouldn't go mad on the quantity because the ginger can be quite strong. There we go. Clean up everything, guys. Trust me, it saves you all the hassle in the world. We're going to be not far off as well. Our first one coming out of the oven. Just leave it there. What else do we have? Any other questions, Shawnee? Has anybody got a tart out of the oven yet? Make sure the base is cooked all the way through. It'll take at least 20 to 25 minutes, at least. I know you might people get all excited when they see that it's starting to, watch the camera, Sean. Stop eating. Stop. People get excited when they see the stuff has gone brown. It's still not ready, so take your time on it. It takes a minimum of 25 minutes. Any comments coming through there, Shoni? Anybody got a tart out of the oven yet?
Sharon says, please make the chicken and mushroom pie during the week.
I might do. Actually, we're thinking. I want to do a bolognese. And then I want to show you how you can make so many dishes from that actual bolognese dish. So what I might do is, maybe Wednesday, we might make the bolognese live together. And while it's all simmering away, I might have some maybe made beforehand, and then I'm going to show you how you can make so many dishes from that one pot of bolognese. Hit that up for a second, Liz.
Anne said mine almost done.
Excellent. Make sure, check the base of it and take your time, make sure it's 100% cooked. As I said, sometimes people, they see it going brown and they go, oh, it's done. And then they wonder why the pastry is soggy at the bottom, because it's not 100% cooked through. So take your time,
Brenda said, frangipan's still quite wobbly in the middle.
Yeah, it'll set. Give it a while. Mine's a bit wobbly there as well, but it will set. If you made it right. And do you know what? If you haven't made it right, say if it is a bit too wobbly, right? Then you can fix it by adding a little bit of flour next time. Maybe 3/4 almonds, 1/4 flour. Maybe you put a bit too much egg in it this time, but remember, it doesn't matter if you make a mess out of it. It doesn't matter if you make the mistake, okay? It's all about learning and saying, right, what did I do wrong there? Okay, so next time I'll do it again this way, and then the next time go, yeah, actually that's better, perfect. And then maybe by the 3rd or 4th attempt, you have it absolutely nailed. You know, you're not going to nail everything right in the first time, so it's perfectly okay to get it wrong first time. There's absolutely nothing wrong. If you come out and it's an absolute disaster, it's fine. Just work on it next time.
What's the temperature up in the oven?
180 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. What's that about? Gas mark 4, I think.
Julian said, if you were cooking rhubarb tart, would you cook the rhubarb before and for a few minutes?
Yeah, a lot of people do that. Do you know what I do now? Is I cut the rhubarb all, say, the same size, and then I'd simmer it in a little pan with maybe a little bit of just water and sugar, just to kind of take the sharpness out of it. And then at least when you put it back on, it just looks that little bit fancy. Now you could just bang it all into a pot and mush it up and bang that in, but that'll look a bit nicer. Look above me. Just as we have a friend, a spider. Oh, well spotted, Dills. Now, clean up everything. We're going to be taking it out in a few minutes. And here's the real method to my madness as to why I said to make 2 tarts. Because even though it's 11, what time is it? 11:30? And it's way too early, I know you're all going to start eating apple tart for breakfast. So that's why we said make 2. At least you've got some chance of giving it as a present to somebody. Make it during the week. Kids, we're all back to school next week apparently, well, at home. So I'm giving you your homework to make another one of these tarts during the week. Look back on the video and I want you to make another one of these tarts during the week. Bit of practice. Mind yourself there, Shawnee, now. Cleany all the time, guys.
Maeve said, is that a fan oven?
Yeah, fan oven.
Declan said, get a paint scraper and clean your counter.
Yeah, it would be a lot easier, alright. That's this granite. Now guys, we're nearly there. I know we're kind of doing a whole lot of nothing. We're all kind of just waiting together. I didn't kind of want the lockdown to end. We miss this. Marion, I was thinking, like, that's what this is like. Look at the invasion of the bloody insects. That's because none of us are out driving. There's millions of insects everywhere. We're not killing them with our cars anymore. And the air, everything is, oh, lads, get away. Marion, I was thinking to myself the other day, and guys, listen up. This relationship will one day come to an end. We are going to have to break up with each other at some stage. And it's not going to be easy. It's not, and it's going to be difficult. And there'll probably be tears, maybe on that side of the camera and this side of the camera, certainly this side over there. Jesus Christ, can't wait to no more bloody videos. But look, I'm just telling you, it's not you, okay? And it's not me. It's just, you know, it's just the way it is, and we're going to go off and we're going to find, you know, better things to do and, you know, probably nicer people to be with. But I'm just warning you, okay, because I don't want you to turn around in 2 weeks' time or 2 months' time going, why? But you never told me. I'm telling you now, right? We're not going to last forever, guys. We will eventually break up one day. But I still love you, and we might come back to the odd time for the surprisey things. What do you think? Because I hope I have a job to go back to after this.
Claire said no.
Claire said, no what?
Just don't.
Oh, okay. In fairness, guys, it's been an absolute blast. And I know everyone is saying, thanks so much. Quick look at it. Shiny, that's just melting away there, guys. That's our apricot jam or marmalade. It's just melting away. I know people are saying, oh my God, you've done so much. Help us get through all this. Trust me, guys, whatever I've done, you have returned 1,000-fold. I was just looking, we've picked up over 10,000 people, 10,000 followers on our Facebook page. And unlike a lot of other Facebook pages, I won't mention any names, my 10,000, or should I say our 10,000, are all real people, real, genuine people. And it's been absolutely amazing. Unbelievable thing that we've picked up so many people. And as I said, there'll be an announcement coming up soon about Treyvaud's kitchen. Bill's back over to the other thing. And then there'll be an announcement coming up soon as well about Treyvaud Travels, okay? Most of you will not have seen this before. It was on Irish TV, but a new, I guarantee you've never seen a travel or cooking show like it. It's a bit nuts, to be honest. But boy, did we have some fun recording it. Let me have a quick look. That's going to be coming up soon. I'll make an announcement on that one fairly soon. Now, we should be nearly there. We should be nearly there. Ooh. Oh, would you look? Would you look at this? Would you look at that? Test, touched it. It's a bit spongy, so it still needs another few minutes, okay? See the way the outside is a bit harder to touch and the inside is still a bit spongy. So bang it in again for another couple of seconds. But we are nearly there. Let's have a look at all the other ones. Our pear. All kinds of mad shapes going on here with this. Turn that over as well. This one's really rising nicely on the side. Beautiful. And has our little plum. Let me see those plums. Oh yeah, I like that plum on there now. Turn it around. Turn it around. Now, beautiful.
Pauline said, please do come back, please.
Don't worry. I'm like a, what do you call those things? I'm like a bad itch. Once it's there, it never goes away. Never 100%. And there's always a fear of it coming back. You'll be sick of us at this stage, lad. Trust me, you'll be sick of us at the end of all this.
Avine said, you are a good memory for this time.
Oh, wait?
You are a good memory for this time.
A good memory first time.
You are a good memory for this time.
Oh, for this time. Oh, yeah. Right. Thank you very much. That's actually a lovely compliment. We're about 5-6 minutes away. Let me know how yours is going. It's been great as always. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Michelle. Does that mean your tart is done, or are you just bored of us and you're going? Come back and tell us. I want to see a picture now if you've made the tart. Looks amazing. You guys have been amazing during this time. Love baking with the boys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Alison. We're nearly there. I'm just waiting on, guys. You can switch off if you want, but I'm just waiting because I want to show you the finished product. It's only maybe 3-4 minutes away, and then we'll show you what to do.
Claire asked, is Sean doing home economics in school?
Are you? Well, I tell you something hilarious. I was telling the guys, right? Have a guess what I got in home economics in my leavings. You'll laugh at this. I failed the shagging thing, right? Okay? And do you know why, right? Because in my day, which was 20, 40, 70, 90, 30, a long time ago, 3 of the questions were on cooking. So me being me said, well, I obviously don't need to care about the other 2 because I'm going to get 60% in my cooking because I know what I'm doing. So I answered my 3 cooking questions perfectly. I don't care how they marked it. Trust me, I know they were right. And I kind of made a half-assed attempt at the other 2, and they bloody failed me. They failed me in home economics. Look at me now. That's why, kids, don't ever worry. When people say you're going to amount to nothing, or that you're not good enough to do this, tell them to trot on. Don't believe a damn word of it. If you want something bad enough, trust me, you'll get it.
Tracy
Now,
said, only made one. It looks fun. Can't wait for it to be done.
is it nearly done? How long? It must be nearly there, I'd say.
We'll make the pear tart in a week. Thanks.
Yeah, I have to admit, the pear tart is lovely. I absolutely love the pear tart. Now, I'm going to bring it on my board so I can put on the apple tart onto it. I just want to wait. Don't rush it. That's why I say with you guys. Don't take it out of the oven because I take mine out of the oven. Okay, wait till it's cooked. Wait till it's ready. I have to admit now, I hate when there's dirt around the place. Keep the place nice and spotless all the time. Let's have a little look at a few more comments there. They'll see what's coming in.
Margaret said, oh, Paul, waking up is so hard to do.
That's a song, isn't it? What's that song? Breaking up. I can't remember, but I know it is a song. Sing it first. Why is that all gone so dark? Oh, there we go. Pauline, we'll be going to Killarney for food. Thanks for keeping us. Thanks very much, Pauline. Yeah, we hope to see you guys. Glad to see your oven is like mine. Cooks faster on one side. Patricia, we've had that oven since day one. I've never changed it. And yeah, it does. You have to kind of flick it around. It's an old oven. It's there about nearly 20 years. 3 best memories of COVID lockdown. 1, we have to read this now. Cooking with the Treyvauds. 2, cooking with the Treyvauds. I'm only kidding. 2, free online exercise classes with Match Fitness. And 3, a massive decluttering. Yeah, it's mad. We've all cleared out so much crap, lads, that we never needed in the first place. Brilliant. I'm gonna start making it now. What have you been doing, Helen? Huh? Frangipan recipe, please. No, it's there in the video. Look back on it. Equal amounts of all the stuff and a couple of eggs. Definitely coming to your restaurant. The Partridge Family sang it. That's a break. That's it. Yeah, break. I can't remember what's going on. We'll have to Johnny Google that one later. Okay, Google, what's Frangipan? Okay, Google, sing breaking up. It's so hard to do. Dills. It's not you. Well, I think we just scared Google. She just came on in the background. Meatballs, chicken curry, and pizza. My top 3 cooking. Do you know, I can't remember where was I, in supermarket there yesterday, and somebody came up to me and just said, we just made your curry again. What was it? I was in what the hell was it called? Can't remember what it was. Just made your chicken curry again. Absolutely love it. I mean, how cool is that, guys, to think that people are still making all the recipes. Give us a quick shout out there, lads. We can give you a few shout outs if you want. We're going to be 2 or 3 minutes away, I'd say, from having that ready. I was watching it, Paul. I knew, Helen, you know me. I'm only taking. So did my Google. Brilliant. Class. Okay, Google. And everyone's house is coming on. Okay, Google, turn on. What do we get them to turn on? I don't know. Jesus, you frightened the shite out of me there when you screamed. Sizzle dance for Jamie Dills. There's nothing sizzling, but come on, give it a ooh, it's the sizzle dance. Kids, I tell you, when you go back into school and the teachers say, so what did you learn for the last 2 months off? Say, I can nail the sizzle dance and I can make a mean chicken curry. Now, so we're not a million miles off it, guys. Not a million miles off it. Yeah. I think that bad boy. Oh, shit. That's what I get now for bloody talking. That bad boy is absolutely fierce fancy. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Here's a very important tip. Look at my little bits of apple fell off there, Dills. We'll throw them back on. I'll tell you a very important thing, guys. So, if you ever pick up a hot tray with a damp cloth, it burns through literally in seconds. So, be careful. Now, here we go, go. Lovely jubbly. Put your palette knife underneath it. See the way that's after doing that, guys? Look at that. Beautiful.
Mary said my phone just switched off with OK Google.
Now, the method to our madness. Look at this. Watch what I'm doing. Shawnee, look. Tea towel up here. Holding the piece of paper. Oh my God. How has he done it? We have to flick on that one there now. It's gone under there. Look at that. A little bit of apple. Beautiful. And guess what? No washing up. One perfect tray. Dills, how do we do it? Yeah. You see all these other cook-along programs, they have 52 pots and pans and shite to clean. We have nothing. Now, where is my paintbrush? If you don't have one of these pastry brushes, a clean paintbrush is perfect. I need a placemat. Need another placemat. So, let me know how you guys are looking with it, guys. So look at the difference. You know when you go into restaurants or you go into delis and you go, oh, what the shine? How the hell did they do that? This is exactly how to do it. So brush in and be gentle with it, right? Just be gentle. Paint all your little bits of apples. Look at that. Simple. It's just a simple little thing and you wonder how in the name of God did they do that? Well, this is how they do it. And I wouldn't slice it now, and I'm not going to slice it now myself because it'll fall to muck. Give it about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes to cool down and the frangipan to settle a bit, okay? And then slice it. Or so I'd slice it maybe down in half, or I'd maybe slice it like that. You get 6 to 8 portions out of this easily. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful.
Alice said Made prawn risotto last night, salad. Thanks so much for keeping the nation going during this lockdown.
You're very welcome, guys, and thank you guys for keeping us going, because as I said, we were answering literally every single comment and everything that came in at the start, and we're still trying to do it as much as possible, but it's just insane how many comments and messages and pictures and everything that we're getting. It's absolutely fantastic. You have no idea. We read them all and we love getting every single one of them. We try and answer as many as possible. So look at that now, guys. Very simple little bit of a glaze. Okay, look at that. So I said that is piping hot now, so be careful. Okay, look at that. Beautiful. This guy is refusing to stay on there, so I'm just gonna stick him in like this. Now, Dills, have a guess what else we're gonna do?
Make cream.
No, we're not gonna do that. We'll leave everyone. You serve it with whatever you want to do. A little bit of a sieve and a little bit of a icing sugar. I'd say actually the pear tart's not going to be a million miles off it either. I said, I know you're tempted. Don't slice it yet. Give it about 10 minutes to cool. 10-15 minutes to cool down before you mill into it straight away. Who else would be having fierce fancy apple tarts on a Sunday morning for breakfast? So a little bit of icing sugar, just a little bit of it, into a sieve. Kids, this is brilliant. Look, shaky, shaky, shaky on top. Make it snow. Let it snow. Let it snow. Is that it? No, let it go. What's the song? I don't know. I never watched it. Look at that, guys. I told you it was a fierce fancy apple tart. I haven't lied to you yet. Look at that. I want to see all the pictures. Do not, I repeat, do not be tempted. I'm going to check my pear tart. To slice that yet. Relax. Give it a couple of minutes. That is our fierce fancy apple tart. So look what I said. You come right down the middle, slice it when it's a bit warm, and a lovely scoop of ice cream on the top. Now, I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm doubling up my tea towel this time. Burn the hand off myself. How are we? Wait, now, look at that. That's our plum one. Oh yeah, plum baby. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. I'm going to throw that onto the middle shelf.
Around 10%.
Huh?
Around 10%.
10%. Look at that. So our pear tart there, guys. Another 10 minutes and that will be done. The pear tart looks absolutely fantastic. So you've seen me how I'm finished. I'm going to finish all the other ones. Hang on a sec there now, Sean. I'm going to take a little bit of this, because you stay there. Go down and show the apple tart again. Let me plug that in. Let me plug this in. We're just going to put in a little bit of juice. Is that working? Don't know. We'll see now anyway very soon. Quickly enough. I'd say it is. Lovely plugly. I think it is. Okay, guys. So I'm going to finish off the pear tart and the plum tart the exact same way that we did that. How long did that take us? Maybe a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. About an hour and a half. Fair play to you for everybody sticking by. I'll put up the pictures of the plum tart and the pear. They'll be ready in about another 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going to do the exact same thing, finish it off. You saw the way it just slid off the tray. No cleaning, no washing up. It's a fierce fancy apple tart. I want to see, look, maybe if I was to cut between like that. Okay, and then maybe cut that in half. You know what? Of course I have to bloody do this. I have to do it. Now everybody who's switched off is going to miss. This might fall apart because it hasn't set a little bit. But let's try it. Lovely crispy pastry. Just go out and get the little bit ice cream. So you serve it with whatever you want. Look at this. I'm telling you, this frangipane is just absolutely amazing. Look at that, it's cooked perfectly. I'm delighted with that. Take your time, Dills, nobody's waiting. Have we a super duper? Definitely no shortage. This is after we made our what do we make? Our kind of experimenty stuff. Okay, now let's get a scoop of our ice cream. Probably should have put that into a little bit of hot water or something first. Hello? What's Granny gonna have if you eat all that? Now guys, look at that. Lovely bit of ice cream to go with the tart. I think, Dills, we've pretty much nailed that now. It's simple. You saw us, you made it with us. I hope you all had a bit of crack doing it. There's still a lot of you tuning in, guys. I have no pictures because I didn't do it yet. But I will watch this again. Hope it worked out well. Thanks, guys. No worries. So, yeah, send us in all the pictures, guys. Look how simple it was. It's a Fierce Fancy apple tart. Remember, the next time you're in the restaurant, and if the waiter doesn't say it's Fierce Fancy, just go, I don't want your non-Fierce Fancy apple tarts. Dills, what do you reckon? You looking forward to tucking into that? Send me the pictures. Let me know, guys. We'll do another one on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I'll put up all the details maybe Monday or Tuesday. I think we're going to go with the bolognese. I think I'll do something like that just to show you how versatile and how many things you can do. What's coming, Sean? You're laughing again.
Dara says, are you a chef?
Me? No, I'm just a bluffer. If you want to see chefs, go on to a couple of the other lads' Facebook pages, all the real professionals. The fellas like who blog about it, they're the real professionals. I'm just a good bluffer. There you go. Apple tart, Fierce Fancy, Pear tart's going to be out in a couple of minutes, Plum tart's going to be out in a couple of minutes. Make sure you share them, give them to your friends, make them during the week, give them to Granny or Grandad. Dills, what do we have to say?
It's goodbye from me.
I hope you enjoyed it, guys. It was a brilliant day. We've made some lovely stuff, and it's goodbye from him, and we'll see you all again. We'll probably see you before Wednesday, but we'll definitely see you Wednesday at 6 for bolognese. Have a great Sunday, guys. Ciao!